What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how we install the elevator door panels. So first off, I'm going to show you on the header here we have our T-bolts. These are the bolts that hold the door panel in place. You can see they have slots, horizontal slots, that allow the door to be moved back and forth to and from the center. And up here we have the hook that keeps the door closed when not in use. So these are our door panels. They have transparent glass. This explains why we are installing them later when the lift is almost done. And right now I'm standing on top of the cabin, and this is the upper side of the shaft. You can see we have fixed the upper door. That's our motor, gearless machine, and the counterweight over here. Yep, the lift is not very tall, and first off we start by removing the bolts, but it's a little bit dusty. I'm going to use my handkerchief. I like putting on my handkerchief compared to a mask. I don't know why. Most people suggest I use a mask, but I feel like the handkerchief works better for me. Weird stuff. Alright, we are all set. Now let's go ahead and remove the bolts, and then later we see what will happen next. Alright, now once the bolts are done with removing, let me go ahead and clear off this plastic. Now it is time to release the rollers. These are the rollers that allow the door to move. Right now you can see they are tight, none is rotating, and if you put the door panel like that, the door won't open. It will be opening forcefully. So what we do, you release one by one, and when you over release, the door bracket might jump out, so you release them accordingly. You can now see the bracket is flexible. Okay, one sign of a good door is when it is flexible, it opens freely without any force. Meanwhile, outside you can see my colleague, he's preparing the door. Okay, now here you can see the bracket. They can now move freely with less force, and you can see me trying to remove the extra dust. Sometimes there are stones stuck inside. Go on checking, making sure that everything is okay. It can move freely. You can see it yourself. Okay, now the outside door has been prepared and now is ready for installing. Okay, trying to clean, there is some dirt down on the bottom. Yeah, it's crucial you clean. It's also good to work in a clean environment. Try to clean off some dust. You can see on the sides of the arch 12 there was some chipping done there. Yeah, it was a tight fit of a door, but eventually it went there and the work is okay. Now let's go ahead and put this door panel. Alrighty, careful. Yeah, with this kind of work, especially working with glass, you have to be careful. One mistake and it shatters. You have to pay, so you have to be careful. So this is the bolt. It is now going to be put back. It is easier this way. So now the first panel is done. Yeah, we now go ahead and install the second one. We install the second panel. Now this is the view of the cabin. No, actually not the cabin. This is the view of the door from the inside. Now what you have to consider is that those doors have to be on the same level. You understand? Yeah, not to make sure that one door is up, one door is down. They have to be on the same level. Okay, now once the upper part of the door is done, we have now come down to the bottom part. So this is where we are going to be putting our liners that keep the door in position. You understand? So now this over here is the liner. I'm trying to look through to make sure that all the plastics are in line. You're just trying to make simple adjustments. Sometimes it shifts out of line, and when it is out of line, the door won't be moving well. It will be rough and using energy. And last thing we want is our door opening with force. Right now this is okay, so we go ahead and now, in case you're wondering how much gap do we leave between the door panel and the bottom, and between the door panel and the arch 12, well, normally people say you can leave between 5 millimeters, or anyone, each and every person has their own measurement they use, but for us to be specific, we use a small spanner, like a 10 mm spanner. So once the panel touches between, actually you put the spanner in between the door panel and the arch 12. So the size, the thickness of the 10 mm spanner, yeah, is the average spanner, is the average gap we leave. You understand? I'm going to be showing that to you in a minute. So now the left side is done. Now time to put on the right side. You will notice that the line I'm holding right now has a gap in between, whereas the first one I installed has no gap. The reason is because this one I'm holding has a gap because the skid, the door opener, the skid will be passing through, whereas the other side nothing is going to be passing through. So this one here has a gap because it's where the skid will be passing, and normally the skid passes on the right side. Just doing the same routine, making sure all the liners are in line, all the plastics are in line, and after everything is okay, we go ahead and mount it also. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You see this gap here that will be between the door and the architrave, and also down between the door panel and the bottom. Yeah, that gap is okay, it's allowable. And now the door has been fully installed. You can see trying to open from the outside. Okay, it is moving freely. You can see it is using less effort to open. And now this is the locking mechanism. There the hook locks in, and when you open from the outside, the hook opens. That's a good job done.